Okay, this afternoon I'm getting ready to do a leak down test. Before I go ahead and rip this motor apart, I want to check the condition of the cylinders, hopefully see if the rings are sealing or not. I already know the head's got bad valve guides. This is a 65 over motor, so there is no room to bore it. So at this point, if I have to take the pistons out of it, the block's probably not going to be any good, so I just want to check. So I've got my leak tester set up. I've got my number one cylinder at top dead center. I've got all my rockers off and all my spark plugs out. So let me hook it up. And there we are. We're hooked up on a dead cold motor. 15%. That's not bad. I'd be happy with that. That tells me that the valves are sealed and the rings are pretty good. So let's move along. Okay, here's number 3, which is pretty much about the same. That's a good thing. So let's move on to number 5. Number 5, just a tick past 20. Still well within the green. 1, 3, and 5 between 15 and 20. Alright, looking at number 2 now. We're just a skosh under 20. One thing I just noticed that I missed when I took the headers off. Right there, a little boost leak. As I get the light on, there you go. There's a chipped guide. There's another chipped guide. That one's okay. That one's okay. And that one's chipped. And just backing off and looking at the cylinders. This one looks a little wet. Oil. Dry. Dry. And wet. So the smoke was coming from that cylinder and the one on the other side. Number 4 is probably about 18 or so. And last but not least is number 6, which is about 18. And those are our final numbers. So in my opinion, if the problem is just in the heads, I can probably slap a set of heads on this thing and put it back together. I'm definitely going to take the oil pan off and check all the rod bearings and all the main bearings and make sure it's good. Reseal it up while it's here because it's definitely leaking. Look at the nice DLS oil pump system there. I've never had one of those come my way, but that's pretty cool. And that custom oil pan, really nice. So this is a serious motor. It used to be my buddy Bob Stanley's motor. You guys know Bob. He builds motors down at Richard Clark's garage. He's a really good friend of mine, really smart man. Just like Richard, they know a lot. And Bob sold his car several years ago to a gentleman who's been street racing it. So it's been ran hard, but we'll get it back together and we'll get him back to street racing with his high 9-second power.